Hello everyone, this is Steven from the Even Steven channel. I have but one more video to discuss my Heritage Rough Rider revolver. Now I wasn't planning on making this. I kind of did two videos previously. The first one I discussed how I do like the gun. You know, it's a larger gun too. I do like the gun. This is a single action army clone, facsimile. In 22 long rifle, let's see, 22 long rifle, and I've gone ahead and bought the combination version, which has the 22 WMR, which is Winchester Magnum rimfire, and I didn't know when I made the video what that stood for, but I knew it was 22 Magnum. And I made a video about it and said, yeah, it's pretty good, but it doesn't work very reliably. And I had a part 2 video where I discuss how I sent it to Heritage, which is owned by Taurus, and Taurus did a really excellent job fixing the gun. What was wrong with the gun was that the hammer spring was way too weak. And I have the safety on, so it should be fine to do. The hammer spring was way too weak and it wasn't reliably igniting the primers. And Heritage took care of that. They replaced the hammer spring, and we're good. Now, someone mentioned something weird about shimming a piece of plastic inside here to increase tension, or I wasn't quite sure where that was supposed to go. However, if something is wrong with your Heritage Rough Rider revolver, it's not working properly, send it back to Heritage, let them fix it. I think that's the best thing to do. Now, since getting this revolver back, I have to say it's become one of my favorite guns to shoot. That whenever I go shooting with something else, this always kind of comes along for the ride. There's a couple reasons for that. First of all, I think it's really fun. I think it's a fun gun to shoot. It's a really easy gun to bring because when you bring something like this, you don't need to bring like magazines and pouches and this and that. You just bring the gun, because the cylinder is the magazine and the cylinder is basically fixed on the gun. So while it is slow to load and unload and reload, it kind of slows you down a little bit, and sometimes that's not the worst thing. Just slow it down a little bit when you shoot. Now, there's another reason why I've been shooting this more often is because I have a whole bunch of 22 long rifle ammo that I bought off someone. I bought like 500 rounds of CCI Mini Mag for like, I think it was like $40–50. And I checked AmmoSeek, and you can still get 22 long rifle relatively inexpensively. I looked it up. The cheapest they have is like 10 cents a round, which is not super cheap for 22 long rifle these days. Historically, there was points where it was like 2 or 3 cents a round. However, when you pull out something big like this, 45 Colt. So 45 Colt. This is like special Grizzly anti-bear ammo that I bought off someone else. Yeah, there's a big difference there. There's a big difference in power. You got a much bigger bullet going much faster. However, this particular round is like $3 a bullet. You know, this anti-bear stuff. But 45 Colt is like $1 a round every time you pull the trigger, at least. It's like $1 a round. So at 10 cents a round, while a 22 long rifle is still not really cheap, it's still much more affordable. And that's the great thing about the Heritage Rough Rider revolver. It's an inexpensive gun, and assuming it works, it's fine. And it's inexpensive to shoot. And because of that, I just feel myself using it more and more often because, again, I have so much 22 long rifle ammo. And yeah, it just keeps coming with me. And it's become one of my favorite guns to shoot because it goes to that old school, old west cowboy action shooting stuff, but it's really cheap to shoot. And I thought I'd bring out a target. I don't know if it means anything here. This is me at 7 yards. Yeah, it's decent. 7 yards. It's a couple, I think I got two, yeah, two. I got away a little bit. 10 yards. I forget how many rounds that was. I can count them up, but it's probably like 20 or 30. Yeah, it's a pretty accurate, fun gun to shoot. Now the only thing I would have may have done differently is I got the 22 long rifle and the 22 Magnum cylinder, which I recommend. But this barrel is a little longer than it needs to be. I think this is the 6.5-inch barrel version. If I could just cut that down just a little bit, do it all over. You probably don't need that long a barrel for this gun anyway. That's the only thing I probably could have done differently, because you can replace the grips. I might do that one day, replace the grips. But you can't really shorten the barrel all that easily. I guess you could pay someone to do that, but at that point, might as well buy another gun. And I guess that's it. This is part 3. I kind of just felt compelled to talk about the Heritage Rough Rider revolver one more time, because it is such a fun gun to shoot for me. I keep taking to the range no matter what I do. And I just wanted to say that, yeah, it's a great little gun. And I felt the need to have that little update video, kind of a part 3, to top off the trilogy. I apologize if you got bored of me talking about this gun, but I don't know. It's what I wanted to do today. Anyway, this is Steven from the Even Steven channel, part 3. We call it the redemption of the Heritage Rough Rider revolver. Thank you, and goodbye.